Is calling 2022 CR 6621 State of Texas versus Justin Perry. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
Jacqueline Lamerson for Mr. Perry.
And are you Justin Perry?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Perry, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication of Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Perry, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am. I did.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor, we've discussed those defenses and the fact that it is my advice not to enter into this plea deal. However, my client does wish to take it.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He is.
Mr. Perry, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you into this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain agreement. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be no contact with Corey, C-O-R-E-Y, Nowak, N-O-W-A-K, or IHOP at 2634 Southwest Military Drive. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
None, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 150 hours of community service restitution and the APSE course. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Yes, state offers takes exhibit 1 in its attachments.
No objections.
Mr. Perry, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Your Honor, not at this time.
All right, Mr. Perry, do you have any children?
Yes.
What are their ages?
3. I got one
He's
child.
3 years
3.
Okay. And where is your 3-year-old now?
He's in Houston, Texas.
By himself? Who's with him?
No, his mother.
Okay. Did you have an employment before you were arrested?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Doing
ma'am.
what?
Pallet rack business,
I'm sorry, what?
building pallet rack for inside warehouses.
Okay.
I work for Absolute Racks and Shelving.
Any drug issues
No, ma'am.
ever?
A long time ago, but
And what was that?
crack cocaine.
So how did you stop using crack cocaine?
I just stopped. Probably about 5-6 years ago, ma'am.
Where's your family?
All over Texas. Houston, Waco, Lubbock, Austin. I have an older brother right now in San Antonio
Okay, why are you in San Antonio?
because my older brother lives out here in San Antonio.
Are your parents still alive?
No,
Okay, so is it just you and your brother, or do you have other siblings?
no, I got other brothers.
And
I
where
got
are they?
3 brothers, 1 sister.
And where are they?
Waco and Lubbock and Austin.
Okay. All right, any other questions? All right, so you're not going to be able to go to the IHOP on 2634 Southwest Military Drive.
I understand that.
All right, so I'm going to follow your agreement, sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. No contact with Corey Nowick or IHOP at 2634 Southwest Military Drive. Regular reporting in person or by Zoom. 150 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination with a booster. The court is not requiring you to do that, but if you do or you have it, 40 of those hours will be waived. I'm going to ask for parenting classes with Triple T. Once you complete those parenting classes, the remaining of the community service hours will be waived. The APSE course, there's to be regular UAs. Field visits. Are you living with anyone?
Yes, my older brother.
Okay. There's going to be field visits 2 times per month until further notice. Going to want a TAP evaluation. If the TAP evaluation recommends inpatient treatment, we're going to start with outpatient treatment. Either way, I'm going to want him in the outpatient treatment. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
On the outpatient treatment, do you want intensive and supportive?
Supportive.
And that'll be all.
Okay. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Perry, here's the advice I'm going to give you. And I try to give people life advice, right? When somebody asks you to leave a location, just leave.
Yes, ma'am.
It doesn't matter if you were invited there. At the end of the day, anytime somebody says, hey, we don't want you to contact an attorney after the fact, as opposed to coming to see me. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, good luck to you.
You too. Thanks.
If the dog anymore.